rodents, bats, raccoons. Wildlife control ads fail when they sound like pest ads. Today, I'll show you guys how to turn panic into booked jobs. Welcome back to the Ad Lab, the show where I analyze real ads across social media and show you how to make them make more cash. Make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop new videos just like this one. And if you're currently running ads on any of the major social media platforms and you want my help and you want to be featured in an episode of the Ad Lab, then email me, devin@marketingwithdev.com. Make sure you include your creative, your copy, and your headline. And also be sure to put the Ad Lab in the subject line. So before we get into analyzing the ad, there's just one thing that we need to know about these types of prospects. Wildlife control buyers aren't bored, they're scared. Something is scratching, dropping showed up in their attic, or the dog just stared down a raccoon. If your ad doesn't provide same-day inspection, humane removal, and proof that you prevent re-entry, you're going to lose the job to the first company that does. So now let's go ahead and analyze this creative and put it through the checklist. So, does the first glance grab your attention? Yes. The headline does a great job of calling out exactly the type of people that they're looking for. Like I always say, don't be afraid to call out your ideal customers in your headline. If you have a pest and wildlife control company, you're only interested in people who have pests and wildlife in their homes. If they don't, if their homes are perfectly fine, then those are not your prospects. So attract them by calling them out directly, and at the same exact time, you're going to repel all of the people who don't fit that same mold, which is exactly what you want. You don't want anyone who doesn't have any pests or wildlife in their home to respond to your ads because you can't help them. You only can help the people who have that problem. We don't want to and cannot help everyone with our businesses. So remember, you're for who you're for. Trying to sell to everyone is going to make it difficult for you to sell to anyone. That's why it's very important that you understand the type of person that you're trying to sell to and you speak to that person directly at all times. Understanding that there are thousands or maybe even millions of other people around the world who also share that same desire. So when the person that we're looking for sees the headline of pests and wildlife invading your home, they're immediately going to identify with it and they're going to continue to read our ad. And if your headline can capture attention quickly and make readers lower their eyes to the rest of your ad, then you're golden. Does it tell the viewers how they will benefit early and often? No, they don't, and I really do wish that they did there. They list the services they offer, which is great, but they don't specifically list how the prospects will benefit from those services being performed. And that is a must. You must let your prospects know how they are going to benefit from working with you. How are they going to benefit from buying your product? How are they going to benefit from using your service? You have to let people know this, right? Everyone wants to know what's in it for them. So if you don't tell them what's in it for them, they are not going to buy. You have to let them know this. I cannot stress this enough. So you have to understand that they don't want pest and wildlife control. They want the mice, the raccoon, or the roaches out of their house. If they could knock on wood and achieve that result, they would never call you. But since they can't, they have to. I say that to say to always remember to speak to the benefit of the benefits and the dream outcome that your prospects want. Because at the end of the day, that's what they're really buying. They're really buying their dream outcome. So their dream outcome is to get the mice or the raccoon out of their house, right? So always keep that in mind. Your prospects are going to be buying their dream outcome. And their dream outcome is packaged up as your product or your service. Are specifics or proof elements included here like reviews, case studies, and testimonials? So there are no proof elements provided here. With a business like this, it may be hard to provide before and afters, but what you could do is list how many 5-star reviews you had or something like that. Now let's get into analyzing the copy, and we're gonna start with the first sentence. Does it force them to read the second sentence? Almost. So the thought process is good, but the execution is a bit off, and I'll get more into that when I get to my revision. Does the copy focus on how the reader will benefit? No. So not anywhere at all does it mention how the prospect will benefit. And this is a huge mistake that I see all the time when it comes to these ads. You need to be always telling your prospects as often as possible how your product or service benefits them, because at the end of the day, that's all they're really interested in. Please remember, they don't care about you or your business. They only care about how your business or how your product or your service can help make their life better. So don't waste any time, just tell them. If we know that our prospects are only interested in how our product or our service can help make their life better, wouldn't it make more sense to make that the focus of our ads? Is the first paragraph 11 words or less? No. This whole thing is one big paragraph, and like I always say, I would recommend doing a line break after every sentence or two. Does it end with a clear single call to action? No, there's no call to action at all, and that's definitely a waste. Saying check out our website is not a call to action to me. Tell them specifically what action you want them to take and how to take it. Don't run an ad and just say check out our website. You need to say click the link below, check out our website, fill out a form, get on the phone with us, whatever the process is, but you need to tell them what it is and what to do. Now let's look at the headline. So does it state your biggest benefit clearly? No, this headline doesn't state any benefits of working with them at all. Is it specific? And I would have to say no, it is pretty generic. Does it spark emotion or curiosity? I would say it probably will spark a little bit of curiosity. Now that we've analyzed this ad, it's time for me to make my revisions and show you guys how I would improve this ad so it can make more cash. But before we get into that, if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur and you're running ads on platforms like Meta, me and my team will run your ads for free for the next 14 days. All you have to do is click the link in the description and apply for the Results in Advance ad program. So we will script your ad videos, we will write your copy, and we will manage your ad campaigns for the next 14 days for free. So if you want to see 10 to 20 new leads and sales for your business within the next 14 days without having to pay us anything, then I would click the link in the description right now. But you guys are going to have to act fast because I'm only accepting 3 of these clients per month so we can actually lock in and make sure we're getting great results from them. So if this is something you think will help you and you're interested in generating more leads and sales for your business, then click the link in the description and apply for the Results in Advance ad program right now. If you click the link and it no longer works, then we're filled up for the month and you guys are going to have to check back later. But with that being said, let's get into our revision, and we're going to start here with the creative. So their creative that they had wasn't too bad, but I do think they missed a few things that really make a strong pest control ad. So there was no mention of same-day inspection or proof that you prevent re-entry. You have to understand that if someone has a raccoon in their house, for example, that person wants that thing out of their house as fast as possible. So I'm pretty sure the first company they see that says same-day removal, they're gonna call them. So make sure that company is yours. These types of buyers are going to be in a different state of mind than a lot of other kinds of buyers for other products and services, because most of these people are going to be scared when they're calling or reaching out to you. They have a wild animal in their home and they're afraid, and all they want is it to be removed. So not mentioning how fast you can remove these pests and the wildlife from people's homes really can be costing you a lot of jobs. So revising this creative, we can actually keep the headline they already have because it actually does a good job. Pests or wildlife invading your home does a great job of calling out exactly who we're looking for. And underneath that, for the subhead, I'll add something like this. We'll remove any wildlife or pests in the same day. The next thing I would do is remove this image in the bottom left. It's taking up a lot of space and it's not really doing anything to help you sell. What I would put here are maybe some Google reviews or maybe some images of actual wildlife that you removed from your clients' homes. On the right, we can keep what you have here when it comes to listing your services because your prospects will need to know that. And I would add that we'll seal the entry points so that the critters can never re-enter. You can even include a strong guarantee that if they do return, so will you, free of charge. And at the bottom where it has your number or website, I would create a big arrow pointing to the phone number that says, limited pest control experts available. Call now to ensure critter removal. Now let's get into our revised copy, starting with the first sentence. And our first sentence is going to read, critters in your house. And now let's take a look at the entirety of the rewritten copy. Critters in your house, from raccoons to roaches to skunks to groundhogs. You name it, we remove it. Not only will we get rid of them, we'll remove wildlife and pests the same day. As the cold weather starts to move in, the critters do too. And if they choose your home to move into, you no longer have to worry. Click the link below and call us to schedule your inspection/removal. P.S. We have a limited number of pest control experts, so if you want those critters out of your house as fast as possible, you must click the link below and call us right now. And as you guys see here, we made an intentional effort to include the same day removal and also preventing re-entry, because without having that in your ad, I can't see why anyone would choose your pest control company over another one that does says those things. Because if you do have wildlife stuck in your house, you're probably going to call the person who can get it out of there the fastest. They may not even be the best, but if they can get that raccoon out of your house faster than someone else that is the best, does it really matter? And now let's take a look at our headline, and it reads like this. Warning. We can stop the damage in as little as 2 hours. call before 2 p.m. for same day wildlife removal. So like I always tell you guys, we want to make sure that we're including the biggest benefit when it comes to our headline. And that same day removal of that wildlife is going to be that thing that really takes your pest control ads to the next level. So there you guys have it. We analyzed the ad and I revised it so I can help it make more money. If you guys want my help and you want to be featured on an episode of the Ad Lab, make sure you guys email me, devin@marketingwithdev.com. Include your creative, your copy, and your headline. And if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur and you want to generate more leads and sales for your business, me and my team will run your ads for free. All you have to do is click the link in the description and apply for the Results in Advance ad program. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.